Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome to today's video. For those of you who are new, this may be your first time stumbling across my video on my channel and you might not yet be subscribed. Welcome, my name is TylorWithAnO, and for those of you who are already my people, already subscribed and just returning for yet again another video, welcome back and let's go ahead and get into today's topic. So y'all, I am so excited. I'm so excited. I think. Okay, now, disclaimer. We're gonna get into it, I promise. But, so, what I want to do basically today is show you my new foundation that I think, and I'm gonna emphasis on I think, is my new foundation, and then also like the differences in terms of like undertones, because I know personally, I don't be knowing what people be talking about. Well, I mean, I get an idea, but some people was watching foundation and be like, oh, this is too pink, this is too warm, this is too golden, this is too orange, but and then they'll swatch like something they say is golden, but the whole time it's looking orange. Then they'll swatch something orange and say it's pink, and then they'll swatch something green and say it's olive and neutral. So I'm just like, you know what, look, listen, I mix foundations. I've been bouncing back and forth between like my top 3, although I have like 5 different foundations, but my top 3, I'll mix them together. I haven't found the right color, but I have a color that obviously has just been working for me. You guys have been saying like, you know, it's not too bad, it looks okay on camera, whatever, but I know, and that's a big reason why I never wear foundation like out. So like I wear foundation for videos and for the makeup purposes, but I've never worn foundation out like that because it don't be, it's too clockable. Like the color just ain't it, sis. So I went to Sephora, and this is why I keep saying emphasis on I think. Now the smart thing to do when you are shopping for foundations, you know, get some samples, you know, do a wear test, go out in natural lighting and, you know, fluorescent lighting, indoor lighting, evening light, you know, and just see how it looks, how it reacts, if it oxidizes, you know, things of that nature. So what I did, I went to Sephora. I've been wanting to use this foundation for a long time. You know, my girl Jackie Ina went and curated a whole bunch of new shades or whatever. I don't actually know if this is one of the ones that she curated. They didn't even have her picture on the little display anymore. And then before they used to have like little hearts around the ones that she made, like the new editions, but now they're just all whatever. Anyways, I went there, I grabbed one bottle. I don't know what the shade, it's the shade after this one. And I was like, held the bottle up to my face. And matter of fact, let me take this out the packaging. I held the bottle up to my face and I was just like, okay, this looks like it'll be my shade. So I did a little pump, put it on my face, and that girl was orange. Boots. Like that one was way too warm, and so I was just like, okay. And then I noticed on there they separate them by like warm, neutral, and I think cool. I didn't see the other one, but I do know they have warm and neutral labeled on them. So I saw the one before it, since the one I swatched was too warm, the one before it was labeled neutral, and so I was just like, okay, let's try that. So it was this one, pumped it on, put it on my face, exact match to my skin. I've never had a foundation where I swatched it and I was like, wow, like it looks like my skin, but like even, you know, like it looks my color. With that being said, let me go in and I'm just gonna do a compare and contrast of the foundations that I use regularly, and then we're going to swatch what I think is my correct foundation shade. So my all-time favorite foundation is the Maybelline, the Fit Me and the Super Stay. I do like the Super Stay, however, I do have dry skin and it is very matte. So I usually mix this foundation with a pump of one of the other foundations that I'm gonna show you, and I have to mix those because they ain't the right color either. It's the shade 330, and I always claim this to be my perfect shade. So I'm just gonna take a little bit, and we're not gonna do too much as far as like blending it out and everything, because I'm not gonna keep doing a full face foundation, wiping it off, do a full face on the other one. This is that. So you know, it is a decent match. Like it is my shade. I am this color. However, undertones is what we're looking at. And as you can see, so if you look around it, you see I'm very like, I don't want to say green, but this is what you call olive. I have these olive undertones. If you look in this foundation, it's warm. It's not like orange because I do have warmer foundations than this, but it's not olive. You see what I mean? So if I blend this all over my face, it looks like I'm wearing a mask, because underneath, if I were to like take a makeup wipe and do a swipe, you're gonna see like olive coming through, and this is very much orange. So we're just gonna leave that there. I'm gonna do all of these swatches side by side, just like that, but just keep in mind this is our Maybelline Super Stay Foundation in the shade 330. The foundation that I love the formula of, oh my god, it's beautiful coverage, is this Becca Ultimate Complexion Cream, Ultimate Coverage Complexion Cream. Just gonna take a pump on my finger. Okay, so there is that one. So again, this is what I would consider like, you know, to be my perfect shade. I thought was my perfect shade. So you see, this one is obviously lighter and it is a little bit more like pink. I think this one is more warm neutral and this one is giving more pink undertone. And obviously that is not my color. If this is my color, then obviously that is not. And then we can go back and look at the olives in my skin. This obviously is not olive. So again, I put it on and I would be wearing a mask. However, I do love the formula of this foundation. So I always do 2 pumps of this one because I like the color. And then I do 1 pump of this one because I like the formula, which since it's the wrong color is the reason why I can't have shade matching foundation. Okay, and so the other one in my top 3, and it's not even really a top 3, but I just like mixing this into my foundation, kind of because of the color, and this is the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 Foundation and Concealer. I do the same thing. If I don't do a pump of the Becca, then I'll do 2 pumps of this and 1 pump of this. In the bottle, you know, it looks like it'll be decent. It doesn't look as warm in the bottle as the other 2, so I was like, okay, you know, this might be a little more for me because I'm more cool. However, let me go ahead and do a little pumpy pump. Okay, so there's that one. To me, this is way too golden. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and zoom you in now that we have the 3 of them swatched so we can just get a better look. This one to me is golden. I don't want to say yellow, but low-key it is yellow. It's not warm, it's not orange. It just gives me a little bit too much gold. To me, this is my skin tone, but like they put it in a toaster and it got just like a little dark and warm. So that's what I get from here. This one is just a little too pink in the undertones. I even have a couple of other foundations, like I'll swatch this one just, you know, for the sake of the video. So these foundations are from the Maybelline Fit Me line. I was like, if I can't find my shade, I'll go 1 shade darker and then just kind of counteract it with the concealers, and maybe that'll work as far as undertones are concerned. So I went to the next shade darker, and again, they don't have it in the Super Stay formula, so I had to find it in the Fit Me, and the next shade darker was 335. And that is called Classic Tan. So I thought 1 shade down would be darker, right? Girl, darker where? I just want to point out to you, this is 330 and this is 335. You have a full range light to dark, and the higher your number, the darker it is. So how is this shade number higher, but it's lighter than 330, 335? So yeah, I was like, okay, that's obviously not my color. So I was like, let me go a shade deeper. So I went to 338 in the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. This is what we talk about when we say the foundation is too warm or borderline orange. Look at my skin, look at this olive, look at this green looking skin that I have, and then look at this orange. Like you can clearly identify that these are not the right shade. So what I have been doing sometimes, like for pictures mostly, I'll use this shade even though it is a lot warmer, and then that will just work as like my bronzer, and then I'll overcompensate with a lighter concealer so that the foundation only really comes in like the contour bronze areas. All that to say, y'all, it has been a struggle and a half trying to get a foundation shade that works for me, and I'm tired of buying new foundations. I get tired of going to Sephora and these women who don't identify with my issue go up there and try to recommend and swatch. I go into MAC and they want to recommend. Look, I don't even gotta say it. If you go to MAC and you black, what shade they gonna recommend for you? NW45. I know, exactly. And girl, we all ain't NW45. And then they was trying to sell me on 2 foundations, like, oh, you just need to get this one and mix them together. Like, who has the money? That is why I wanted to try Miss Born This Way. I'm hoping that you guys are learning something from this in terms of like color and what the terminology means. So in comparison of like a warm, neutral, or cool tone, this is what we're gonna use as our example for warm. And if you don't know why it's warm, just compare it to this. This is warm AF. This is not. This is neutral. A lot of people would compare a neutral shade like this. They'll say like, oh, it's too gray. So if you're warm undertones and you would swatch this, you'd be like, oh no, this is too gray for me. This is our representative for golden. And look, compared to this. neutral. So it's not that it's more orange, it's just more like yellow, more gold, and this is neutral. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and shake her up. This is my first time actually using this bottle, taking it out the box and everything. Let me see what it claims, because look, I just went in and bought it. I didn't even. Infused with coconut water, alpine rose, and hyaluronic acid. Yes, that's my girl. It's an oil-free foundation, diffuses the line between makeup and skin, coverage so undetectable, and skin so naturally radiant they'll think you were born this way. So we're gonna try this again. This is the shade Caramel. I'm gonna take a little bit. Oh, we probably gotta get it going. And I'm gonna swatch it right above. I just want you to compare across the board. You know, these are our foundations. And you can almost see here, it's damn near blending into my skin. Look at that. So it's not too orange. If it was too orange and too warm, it would look like this. If it was too dark, it may look like this. Compared to my skin around the foundation swatch, it doesn't stand, look at that, it's blending in. If it was too pink, it would look like this. When I say pink, you have to imagine, obviously not like salmon, you know, flamingo pink. It's like, I don't know how to explain pink undertones. Like if you were to mix just like a little drip of like this box, if you were to mix a little bit of powder pink into a foundation, that's what it would give, and that's too pink. If it was too golden, it would look like this. But this is neutral. This is literally neutral. This whole time I've been saying and labeling myself as like, oh, I'm cool tone, I have cool undertones, but Too Faced says this is neutral, and this literally matches my skin. So if this is neutral, then girl, TylorWithAnO is neutral. I'm so relieved. Look, I was like, this video is about to go all types of sideways. I'm about to swatch this foundation and it's not gonna be my color. I was like, it could either go one or two ways. This will be a tutorial on how to find the correct foundation shade, or this will be a tutorial on how not to go and purchase foundation without trying to sample first. Okay, so now is the moment of truth. Although the swatch was cute, we're gonna see what it gives over the entire face. Now, of course, there are, you know, I have stubble, yeah, I have discoloration. The inside of my face is obviously a lot lighter. I have darkness around the eyes. So we're just gonna see. I'm not gonna try to put any disclaimer on it. Again, this looks like my foundation. You saw my justification behind it. So if it's not, it's not. But we show out to see right now. I'm just gonna take 2 pumps on the back of my hand. This is crazy not having a mixed foundation. It's just crazy how it's so good of a match that it doesn't look like this foundation. I've never had that before. Look at it. Look! Oh my god. Normally, if I was using like my regular foundation as I'm blending it, if I were to like stop my beauty blender, you're still gonna see like my regular skin tone, and then you'll see where the foundation starts. But now, like, look at it! It's so unclockable. Honestly, that should be the title of this video. Black person finds matching foundation shade for the first time. For some people, this was how it felt like with the Fenty Beauty launch and everything. Like, that was the first time that people really actually got a foundation that they didn't have to mix. They actually had options in terms of like undertones and choosing a foundation. A lot of us as black people, we've never had the luxury of having a hard time choosing a foundation. And what I mean by that is, you know, when these beauty influencers get sent the PR packages and they're just like,
oh, there's so many shades, I just gotta swatch all of them. I could be at least 4 of these.
No, for us, we go to the store, we see the foundation lineup, beige, fair, light, medium, Tyler, Cocoa. We never had difficulty because it was just like, we never got to sit there and be like, oh, where's my undertone? Like, am I cool? Am I neutral? Am I warm? This one's too warm. This one's like, wow. You guys are literally seeing live in person the first time I've ever had a matching foundation. My hand doesn't look. I'm gonna try to insert a clip of me blending out my foundation in a prior video. Put a pump of this Becca in there. I only use her on special occasions.
I only use her on special occasions.
makes my hand look really ashy, but it's not. It was because my foundation was too warm. But look at this. They're the same color. I'm just gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my face with concealer, bronzer, everything like that, setting powder, and I'm gonna see what it gives. I'm gonna see if, you know, this really works with all my products. If after I bronze, does something change? Is it gonna oxidize? Anything like that. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, finish the rest of the face, and then I'll be right back. All right, y'all, so whoa. This is it. The look is served. I got, you know, face is done. Look. I love this foundation already. Look at the finish. My face is the same color as my hands for the first time ever. I'm so happy about that. Like, I don't even know what we're gonna call this video. I don't know if this is gonna be like Undertones 101, you know, how to find your right foundation shade, or I don't know if this is gonna be the message to Too Faced directly, because like, I mean, I'm not gonna say that there's not my perfect foundation shade out there. You know, there are so many brands, and I'm sure that, you know, there is more that has my foundation shade. But with the coverage and everything combined, like, I am just extremely satisfied with this foundation, specifically the fact that they paid attention to our undertones and, you know, have the whole neutral, warm, cool thing going on, and I was able to just so easily swatch and find my shade, my exact shade. Like, I'm still blown aback by this. Like, look at this. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you guys have the same issues, or if you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know what you want to see here on this channel by commenting down below. If you found this video informative or entertaining, or both, if you just liked it, like seeing me like this face, like this lip, like anything about it, then give it a thumbs up. And more importantly, go ahead and subscribe to thy channel so you don't miss out on any more of this TylorWithAnO goodness. And I will catch you all on my next video. Peace. I'm about to call my girl Jackie. Too Faced, y'all did this. You did that. What did they do? That. Bruh. Like, I'm so happy. Come on, I gotta go. I gotta go out and show off. Yeah, this is gonna go see the light of day. I'll holla.